Hello, and welcome to my Division project. So just before we start, I'd like to say sorry if there's any squeaking or talking in the background. That's actually my parrot. Yeah, I'm having to record this at home due to the college computers not being able to handle the amount of particles in my level, because half the level is on fire due to this helicopter crashing. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough first, and then show you around the blueprints and then the assets and textures. So, alright, let's get going. So, when you immediately start, you're greeted with a helicopter, which is going to catch your eye instantly. I should mention at first, a lot of people have been asking me this, where did the helicopter crash through? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually model all of that detail in, but I do in my production log and all the stuff around there and all my evidence. There is a story explaining how the helicopter has actually crashed. So, anyway, back to the actual fun bit. So, the red light is blinking to show you know where to go. So in the game, the player would actually see right there where I'm looking now, there would be a dead body and a pool of blood. That would be the co-pilot, but your job is to find the pilot, so you press onwards and follow the trail of blood that is on the floor. It'll lead you through this maze of tables here, and I'm just going to flick the shoulder cams a couple times there to make it a bit easier to see. At this point, the player is going to get prompted to use their torch, and they're going to see a hanging body there right in front of them. Almost, it's going to be pitch black, and then they turn the torch on and there's going to be a hanging body there of the pilot with written in blood on the path behind him, like the wall behind him, go up. So obviously the player now knows their objective is to head up into the college, so that's what we're going to do. You pass a settlement of tents and stuff, which people who worked here as like guards or whatever, they would have been staying there. And then we have this little cheeky meme here. This is next to the reception here. This is when people first enter the college. A little banner to welcome them in there. You can see the Limitless campaign up in the top left there. And then you can see me and Paul, slight editing done there, but nothing too crazy. So anyway, we carry on. The player's attention is drawn towards this propeller leaning here that is missing from the helicopter, and also the door that's hanging off. So they come over here and they head around here and into this section here. I probably should mention that once you actually go to into the table section, there is a pillar that falls behind you. I'll just quickly show you that. You can see here the pillar that actually blocks your path. That just falls down shortly after you leave the helicopter. Anyway, once you get here, I've tried really hard to direct your attention sort of central, so you've got a choice of two paths. You can either see what's going on here, and this pillar's going to distract you. You can be like, oh no, the pillar's crashed. So you're no longer able to actually go this way, so you're going to turn around to head out the way of the fire. Then you're greeted with this open door. Players may not choose to choose that, but they may, and we'll check that in a second. So we're presuming that the player hasn't chosen to go down that route straight away, and they've had to go around this alternate route around that pillar, around the flames, and we're going to just have a cheeky sprint to get into the generator room, and then we're going to use F to interact, and that's gonna, you can see there, that's turning the lights on and off in this room to allow the player, see it there, it's turning the light. That does it for the whole level. The entire level is now lit up. Unfortunately, pardon me, unfortunately, due to the way that this Unreal level itself's been built, until it actually goes into shipped mode and I fully export it so it's a standalone game, the lighting will not be as effective, but you can still see it working here, and I'll show you the blueprint of that working in a moment. So now you're greeted with this door, so you head towards the door, but you're then shown you don't have a key, so you got to go get the key, and it shows you where it is, and there it is, the Limitless campaign with me and Spode. So that must be where the key is, that reception desk. So the player then is now in this big rush to head back and get that key so they can see what's behind that door, so off they go. But then now they see this door, well, natural instincts imply that you're going to head through here, and then you're going to see this little Easter egg of two of my assets that I've made from my portfolio. This is BB-8 and this is my sci-fi berm. Just a little Easter egg there, nothing too important to the game, but just something nice to put in. and then we come through here and we're just on the other side of that rear rotor there. So we head through, and then we have that picture of me and Spode, and then we can interact. We didn't see this before, well now we do. So if we press F to interact there, that's going to pick us up a key. Now there usually is a text prompt there, but it was messing up one of my blueprints, but I'll fix that, and that'll be in the final zip file that I give to Paul. That will actually be fixed in that. So here we go, we're into this room, and now as you can see the door's going to open nicely for us, and we're in. Just a bit of rubble on the floor, nothing too crazy, just a little detailing to break up this quite flat floor. And you can see the elevator door is slightly jammed shut, so you're going to get head over that and you're just going to prise it open a bit. I couldn't put the animation in of you actually prising the door open, but as a player, if you were to do this properly, it would do that. So you enter the lift. Oh, sorry. You enter the lift, and there you go. That's the end of the game. You got the neon lights there, and that is the end of the game. So if we just exit out of this, that lift would then load you up onto the second floor to where Laurie's level is, which is the floor above mine. Sorry again. Okay, it's time for me to show you off a few of my blueprints. So here we go, we're going to go straight into the level blueprints. That's probably the most interesting part. Now this is quite a big blueprint. This is the one that actually controls the camera flyby, you know, when we didn't have the key and it's showing us where it was. This section here, the section on screen now, is actually, you see the blend time between the two cameras and the separate delays of the widgets popping up. That's the part that controls that. And then these booleans ahead before it are the variables that control when that happens. So am I in front of the door? Do I have the key? If so, do I open it? You know, that sort of stuff. You can understand that if you look for yourself. You see it's all there. And then we just have a couple starter game things. So like we want these booleans to be on or off at the start of the game and things like that. Alright, we have this other one. This is pause menu. I'm going to show you the UI very shortly. And then you have the pillars falling. These were just throughout the level. You saw three or four. Three obviously, but yeah, 3 pillars falling down there. And then we have the Easter egg, which was the door, the one-way door when we went into the Easter egg room. That was the blueprint that controlled that. And then remember when we went into the helicopter, it actually changed the camera for a short period of time. So if we just run through here, you'll see it changed the camera to this view where I said we can go down here. Well, there you go, just a collision error there, but you can come through here and then the camera just pops back nicely over your shoulder. So that's that. This light toggle, remember when I was saying that the light switches, these actually control 7 different lights throughout the level, so we can see these scattered along the top here, along there, you see a few of them dotted around, and that's what actually controls that being toggled on or off. On the left here we see my booleans, they're all used within the blueprints, they're sort of self-explanatory. Right, so now something that I didn't do all the work on, but one of my friends did quite a bit, one of the other members of the group. So I'll just quickly go over a couple of things in there. I did do quite a bit. That's the wrong thing, my apologies. Blueprints, open blueprint class, and then we want third person character. Here we go. This is, so see there, a bit of a depressing, this was me attempting to get a first person camera in, but I opted for the other camera there, depth of field. Anyway, it's alright. Got flying mode. Sorry again, nasty cough today. So if we're actually in game, when we're actually in game, let's just quickly hop into game. If I do Shift F, what that's going to do is that's going to enable, it should enable Control F maybe. Alright, that's a bit awkward. Shift F. No. Right, normally it would enable fly mode, I don't know why it isn't. Let's quickly check. But yeah, that enabled fly mode. I think it's because I've got too many booleans that, see, Shift F flip flop activates movement fly in there. I don't know why it's being weird, but that was working, and as you can see from the blueprint, it should work. Here we have the shoulder cam switching, we saw that. Let's just minimise this and pop that up. don't really know why that's being minimized. Okay, so see there the shoulder switching. Still trying to work out why that's see the lighting needs to get rebuilt. That's actually controlling the thing. Alright, okay. Never mind. That obviously that's broken, but as you can see from here we have the camera switch and that's the shoulder thing, so I was just showing you. Let's just quickly go over that again. That's that. Then we have the sprint system. We saw that working. That just uses booleans and vectors to control that. These weren't made by me. These were default to Unreal. And this is Spode section. This is the part that controls the respawn system that we implemented into all of our levels, but we decided to go against having that actively working because our levels aren't actually within the same Unreal Engine project. Here's quite interesting. We actually do have full keyboard and mouse control for this whole game, so that's a nice little touch there. You see the torch there is up on the D-pad. I can't necessarily prove that to you, but it is T on the keyboard. Alright, so is there anything else I quickly want to show before I go on to assets? I don't think there is, you know. We'll quickly go over the lighting. So you see the lights throughout the level here. A few of them actually have lighting things on. You saw here, this light's flickering. Oh, that's pulsing, sorry. This light is flickering in here. And that's just using these three lighting systems that I've made. And there we go, we just have these three here. That's blinking red. So that's that done. Alright, quickly over my assets then. So we have the helicopter here. That is untextured, but that's just a helicopter. That was just a difficult thing to model, but it was important for the scene. Here we have the asset, the section on the top. This is actually controlled by a separate texture sheet that allows me to change the colour of each table, but I decided to go against it just for uniform purposes for the time being. But you see there the instance, I can actually control every single one. But here we have another texture. This is a bit muddled, but I'll just organise it really quickly. We actually do have an ambient occlusion, normal, roughness and base colour here, just for the base of every single one of these. You see it there, and that's just, you can see them down there. We have poster, that's just a diff. Nice thing I did there, I actually had one side of it be the big one, and then the other side be the thing, save me having to waste too much space. I could just have the same one, and then for here I just had these, where are you? These here, these are actually the same thing, just back to back. So you can see there we actually do have the warning things, which is quite cool. Alright, what other models do we have? We have the BB-8, as you can probably imagine, I have all the textures on that. We have the normal metal, roughness, and then on the bow's probably the most extravagant thing in the whole scene. We have quite a lot here. We have almost everything plugged in here. In fact, we do. We have every texture working on that one. And then finally we have the lift. If you remember seeing that right at the end, we have the lift over in geometry. Meshes. Oh no, this is the helicopter. The helicopter's just lost. One moment. Where are we? Specific. Ah, there we go. Elevator. And then we just have in here, we have the base, emissive, normal, and AO. And then what else do we have? We have one more to show off, which is just the helicopter. We can just show off that. There's the helicopter here. And that's just been rotated and edited slightly for actual game. And there you go, that's pretty much it. We have a little lighting system there to change the colour of the emissive map on the top of the scene. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just as a last note, I did all of this due to technical difficulties in college today. I made this whole level in Unreal Engine today, just in one day. That's all available to go see on my Twitch channel. You can even see me recording this video on the Twitch channel, the bloopers, the ups, the downs, the problems I ran into, and the whole process from start to finish. If there's any parts that you're wondering how I did or whether I did actually do it, you can see that all there over on Twitch. Well, this has been a long road. Well, not very long, it's been a day, but it felt a very long day. And yeah, I'll just leave you with this picture of Spode. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, cheers.